Hey everybody, I had a problem with the video, so that's going to be a weird little splice into the video. I'm had the whole system crash on me, but I think I recovered the first part of the video. So I'm going to continue. I was saying that if you miss one of those exams, it's going to be really hard to pass the class. Now, I am giving you advance notice of these exams, right? So the first one's in late October. The second one is going to be in December. So you've got what, 8 weeks, 9 week notice on the first one, about 16 to 17 weeks notice on the second one. So I do expect that you will try and move your life around to accommodate these days and times. If for some reason that is impossible for you to do, I have a set of instructions here on how to address that with me. You'll need to contact me. You'll have to give me 2 weeks heads up, and I will try and work something out. Most likely you would have to take the test early on a day before, a couple of days before, and possibly at a different time. But I will deal with that on a case-by-case basis. So now let's move on, talk about how the course is designed. I've already talked about this a little bit. You're going to be doing everything in modules. So you download that schedule, right? And it tells you what you're supposed to do. But here in Canvas, what you're going to do is go on to modules. And when you click on modules, it will show you here first links to get, the first links are links to get to the ebook and to the homework system. All right, so those are the first things here. Then the videos, I have two sets of videos. I have one set of videos that are the lectures for the learning the material. And the second video is videos that will help you do the homework problems, because I've done some problems similar to the ones that you've been asked to do for homework on video. So you can use that, if you're stuck in a problem, you can go watch a video and hopefully it'll help you out. And then you have notes. So all of my videos, in the videos, you'll see when I'm delivering the material, the teaching the concepts, I'll be basing them off of lecture notes. And these are the PDF files that you can download, print them out if you want, and follow along with what I'm doing in my lecture. So this first part is all like just links and materials for the class. Then you'll see the actual modules begin. The first module is everything you need to do that'll get you through exam 1. So you have a getting started assignment. You click on that, it'll take you to WebAssign, right to the assignment. And that first one just teaches you how to use WebAssign to put answers into the system. The next one is very important. This must be completed by August 31st or I will drop you from the class. This just says, gives you the opportunity to say, hey, look, I understand what's required of me in this course. I understand that I have to come on campus for 2 tests. I understand the weights of everything in the class. I'm good to go. If you don't respond, then I'm going to treat that as, well, then you do not agree to the expectations of the class and remove you from the class. And then you start with the actual material. So 3.5 is the first section we're going to be doing, inverse trig function. So you wouldn't want to click here right now and start doing this, right? You would actually want to go watch the video first. So we would go to lecture videos. And keep in mind, these videos, like I said, were done in a classroom setting and I was teaching to the class. The important thing is that the information is there for you, right? So here it is. Here's a video of me years ago. Now you will have ads, and I apologize, but to give you access to this through YouTube, I've got to have the ads in. So here's me. This is about almost an hour into the video, and you can see I'm working through this example. And I'm talking through, I'm writing on the board. What you see in the background there, that's the notes for the class. So those are those PDFs that you can print out. And I'm just working through examples, talking about the different definitions and theorems and things like that. So you watch this, right? You're supposed to watch this whole video. And then once you've watched this video, then you would go and try and do the homework. And when you try and do the homework, if you're having trouble with the homework, then you would go to the solution videos. And the solution videos are broken down by section as well. Only one of them is me writing on a screen. The rest of them are me standing in front of a whiteboard. And you can watch these problems. It's a little bit tedious. What you have to do is you have to open up the video. And you have to kind of scroll through and look at the problem and see if it's similar to the one that you're doing in your homework. These do not match up. Like number 14 does not match up with the number 14 you're doing. And that's just because the way that the WebAssign assigns the numbers is a little weird. So, but the idea here is that the content is here. This is just me doing a bunch of problems, right? So I did all the problems years ago on video. That way I'd have like a database, a library of solved problems. And so some of these videos, you know, are pretty long. This one's almost 2 hours of me doing homework for 5.5. So it's taking me 2 hours to go through the homework. Imagine how long it should take you, right? So, all right. So I want to go back to syllabus because I was talking about like the layout of the course, right? So you look at your schedule, you go through the modules or the schedule to see what's coming up. You go watch the video, right? You go watch the video, and then you try the homework. All right. You do get multiple tries for each problem. All right. It's not timed, so you can just keep trying until you get it right. If you struggle with the homework, you can go watch the homework solution videos. If you still have questions, you can come to my office, or you can text me, or you can send me an email. If you text me, I told you, send me a picture of the question. Any work you've done, send me a picture of that so I can help you more efficiently. After you complete the homework, you move on to the next section, and you just continue doing that as you work through this calendar. And then you'll eventually get to an exam. That exam is timed. And the difference between the exam and the homework is that on the exam, you only get one try. I think I had one, maybe 2 tries at each problem. It won't tell you if you're right or wrong. And it's, like I said, it's timed. So once you open the exam, the clock starts, you get 3 hours. So do not open it until you're ready. In fact, I put a password on it to protect you from accidentally opening up the assignment. So I will send out the password later in the semester. If for some reason you move ahead and you get ahead of the class and you need the password earlier, just let me know and I will get that to you. Okay, so you go, you do those exams online, right? The exams 2 and 4 are different than 1 and 3. Those are the ones you have to come on campus for. They're paper and pencil, right? You're going to sit down. There's no computer. You sit down and you show me you know what you're doing. So the homework, I already told you, you doing WebAssign. You need to make sure, even though you're going to get a grade by the system when you submit your work, you still need to be writing math down and doing those problems by hand. You do not need to show me, you do not need to write down the problem or print out the problems. You can just show me your work, but it needs to be organized, all right? So what I'm saying here in this little section is that, yes, you will get grades through the system. Those homework grades, yes, you'll get maybe 100 on a homework assignment, but really they aren't officially, it's not officially 100 until I see your binder and I see the work that supports that answer. So if it's just a bunch of correct answers without the work, I'm not going to accept it. So we need to be writing math in order to be doing and understanding math here. So that leads us into the binder. Okay, I want you to keep a binder for the class. All your handwritten work is going to be in this binder. The first page or the outside cover of the binder needs to have your name and then what class you're in. In this case, it would be Calculus 2, not Calculus 1. And then within that binder, 2 sections, one for your homework, one for your exams. Your homework should be broken down so I can see each homework easily. Like I can just flip through and see it. You can use tabs or little pieces of paper. You know, here's homework 5.5, here's homework 6.1. It should be easy for me to find. Again, don't write down the problems, just your work is fine. And then another section in there where you'll have your exam work for the 2 exams you do at home. Again, don't worry about writing down the problems, just give me your work. Now, the binder is one of your opportunities in the class to get extra credit or bonus. And your students always ask me at the end of the semester, what can I do to bring up my grade? Well, the binder is how you can do this. And what I'm looking for is even though everyone has to turn in a binder, right? When you come to exam 2 and 4, you have to turn in your binder. Even though everyone has to do that to get 8% of their grade, you can get more than 8 points if it's neat, organized. You know, some of you are really neat, and that will benefit you here because you can really get higher mark on that. If you're not very organized, this is a good opportunity to get better at that skill. So the binder is a good bonus opportunity in the class. Now, historically, students do well on everything they do at home. And honestly, it's because most students, what they do is they go to the problem and they just go to like Chegg or Photomath or Some other online system, they just get an answer. They put it in, they get 100, yay, you know, they're happy, and they never learn anything. Unfortunately, that's the way a lot of students approach the online math or internet math courses. That's not going to work here, okay? Because exam 2 and 4, you're on sitting in front of me and you're taking the test. You're going to have no other resources other than your formulas. And so you need to know how to do the problem. So I will send out a review before both exams 2 and 4. I promise you that the problems on the exams will be similar to the problems on the review, but you need to know how to do them. You need to be able to look at a problem, recognize what to do, and then be able to execute that. All right. So the best way to practice for that is do your homework problems, go back, review your homework problems, go through the problems I did in my lectures. When you get the review, which will probably be about 2 weeks before the test, work that review out over and over. All right. You want to get to a point where you're sitting there and you can recognize what to do when you see it. Yeah. Okay. I'll leave it at that. In terms of extensions, you are allowed to ask for an extension for the homework assignments. And the way to work is if it's due at 11:59 p.m., then let's say you missed the deadline. As soon as 11:59 p.m. passes, the system will then allow you to request an extension. You have to wait for the deadline to pass, and then it will give you an opportunity for an extension. If you take the extension, there's a 10% penalty, so the highest you can get is a 90, and then you will have 3 days to finish the work. So from when it's past due, you have 3 days to request an extension, and then from whenever you request it, you'll have 3 days to complete it. Now, for exams 1 and 3, if you miss those exams that are online, there you have to email me or call me and tell me, you know, why you missed it, and then we'll go from there. I already said exams 2 and 4, the 2 that you do on campus, those there's no extensions for. So you have to, you're not going to be there. You got to let me know 2 weeks ahead of time. Attendance, you know, this is an online course, so it's hard to really talk about attendance. But if you continually miss deadlines, if you miss enough, here I put 3 deadlines. If you miss 3 deadlines, I can drop you from the class for non-participation. All right, so that's the syllabus. I hope that gives you kind of a layout of the class. Let me go ahead and go to the modules. I showed you these first links, these should take you to the online system. I'm not sure which of these 2 will work because I'm not a student. I can't test it, but one of these 2 should take you to the online book, or sorry, the online system for the homework. This one should take you to just the electronic version of the book. And if you're having any problems with that, go to technical support. I already talked about the videos, talked about the notes, and then I talked about the modules and how you just work through these and then take an exam. And then you work through these and you come on campus and take an exam. Work through these, take an exam, work through these, come on campus, take an exam. So those are your 4 modules for the course. Let's go take a look at the actual system. So I'm going to click on it. Oh, it's not going to let me in. Leave student view. Okay, there, it should let me in now. I just want you to see what it looks like when you come in here. You shouldn't need any sort of access code. You shouldn't need to pay for anything. It should let you in, no problem. Let's go to this class right here. And, oh, we want to look at it as a student, sorry. So it should look like this for you. This is the main shell of the WebAssign system. Right here where it says My Assignments, this is where your assignments will start showing up. And because the class has not officially started, you can see here it hasn't started. It's not showing any assignments yet, but this is where they will show up. You don't have to worry too much about that because back in our homepage in Canvas, you have direct links. You have direct links right here on the side to get to those assignments or through the modules. If you go to the modules and click on the assignment, it will take you, like if I click on this homework, it'll take me right to it. So, well, it will take you right to it when the class starts. So let me get back in here. So this is where things will be. And then on the bottom right, here's another link to get to the ebook. Here you can open up the book. You can read through the sections. If you want to look at the additional exercises in the back of the book, you can do that. The one thing I do want to say about this, do not use this communication. I've already told you that all communication needs to be through the Canvas email, texting me or calling me. Students will, I don't know, not watch this video, tell me they did, not watch it, and then they'll start sending me things through this. I never check it, and I don't get any notifications that lets me know it's there. So if you're sitting there going, why isn't he answering me? Well, it's because I said don't use that, all right? I don't want to have 2 or 3 different systems for communication. So, and I can't disable it. Unfortunately, I can't turn it off. So, yeah, so this is it. Let me show you what an assignment looks like. Oh no. Yeah, I can do this. So let me show you one of the assignments. Let's go to 3.5 homework. So there will be a little bit of a learning curve putting answers in. When you click to put your answer in, a little palette will pop up over here, and put in fractions or symbols. Here there's 13 problems. Some problems you can click on read it, it'll take you to the ebook. You can click on watch it, it'll take you to a video done by the publisher, not by me, but by the publisher of the book, and then master it. That's just getting more problems, more practice with it. And then, yeah, you hear the problems, right? Remember, on the homework, you can redo the problems until you get them right, right? So there's really, this is just for practice and to help, get you to a point where you're confident in what you're doing. So there's your homework. Yeah, I have passwords on the exams and their time, so that's good. Oops, I don't have a password on 3. I better do that. Let me do that before I forget. Okay, I went ahead and changed that so it's password protected now, so you don't accidentally open it and the clock starts for you. Okay, so back to our home page. Let me see here. I think I've covered that. So the orientation video will be here, the one you're watching right now, the schedule checklist. This will take you directly to modules. Okay, for Cal 2, files and formulas. So if you click on here, you'll see a little link here. It says formula sheets you can bring to exam 2 and 4. For Cal 2, there's quite a bit of stuff that you're allowed to bring. There's this right here, which is a bunch of formulas, 6 pages of formulas. There's a Maclaurin series table, this RREF instructions. That'll make sense after you watch the videos. Convergence test, integrals and trig integrals and substitutions. I recommend you go ahead and just download all these and print them all out and get acquainted with them. That way, when you're coming for exam 2 and 4, you're familiar with all of these things. But yeah, print those out. Those you're allowed to bring with you to the test. And then, like I said, I've got additional videos. If you want to go watch some other lecture videos from some other semesters, they're there. Your grades, if you click on that, your grades will start to populate once we start getting grades from the online system. The modules, we already went to that. Files is the same thing we just did with the files and formulas. There is a discussion board here, but I know a lot of students nowadays, you'll form your own little thing where I'm not invited. So that's fine if y'all want to do that. People, this allows you to contact your classmates if you want to set up study groups, things like that. There's an online tutoring system that is available. It's a third-party vendor that we use. I'm not real sure how that is, but if you're sitting there at 3 o'clock in the morning stuck, you can try that and see what happens. I will remind you, though, I didn't say it it's in the syllabus, but I didn't really talk about it, and that is that we do have tutoring available in our math labs, free tutoring. So if you click on that, it'll take you to the math lab tutoring hours, and they're pretty available. They open early, they close late. I think they're up on the weekends. So that is available to you. Okay, so I think I've covered everything, at least to get you started, right? You're gonna just start going through these off that calendar. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I think I'm going to try this upcoming week, first week, to do like a Zoom session where it's like an open question and answer session, or like a meet and greet. If you want to show up, you don't have to, but where I can, get to, meet you first. My most successful internet students are students who have reached out to me throughout the semester. Historically, those students that I'm somewhat familiar with wind up doing well in the class. Students who I never hear from, and they get hundreds on everything, and then they show up to exam 2 and completely fail because they don't know any of it because they just used Symbolab the whole time. That's not going to be successful for you. I already said that. So the more I know about you, the more I can help you learn. I mean, that's ultimately my goal, is to get you prepared for the next math classes that come after this, right? So I look forward to hearing from you. Let's have a good semester. Talk to you later.